Today's episode of the Meet the Braid podcast is powered by Northwest Pizza, where if you think pizza is good, try hands down the best wings in the valley. Nobody does wings like NWP. Order online, save time for takeout and delivery. Keep it rocking. Enjoy the show. It's the Meet the Braid podcast.
90.
Oh my God. It's the Meet the Braid podcast. I'm Monty Draper.
I'm LG.
Lex BUB.
My brothers, what's going on? We are remote again. I'm on location for production in Portland. Salute to my guys for being flexible. What's the word? Who listening to the gospel? What's going on over there?
No, that's Sid in the background just giving it up.
Shout out Sid.
Hey, gotta do Sunday right.
Man.
Especially when you get that hour back, so a little extra energy.
Extra energy, nigga. It's pitch black. I'm about to get in the bed. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about children, man. Children get the extra hour, bro.
Yo, it's 6 o'clock, dog, and it's pitch black. This is crazy.
Bro, I didn't know what time to get up. I just figured it was all day in the bed. I felt like that was naturally how today was supposed to go.
Nah.
Because at no point did the daylight really come out today out here, at least.
No. What did y'all do Halloween or no?
No, not really.
Not
Bro,
at all.
I was in the bed at 7:30. Like, what's
Bro.
going on? I had no intentions of seeing outside at all.
I started the original Children of the Corn at about 6 o'clock.
You ain't make it through that.
Huh?
You didn't make it through the whole thing.
Oh, I took a nice nap.
Woke up, the credits on.
Bro, hey, that movie moves so slow. Bro,
try to run back the classics for Halloween.
Hey, I don't remember it being that way, bro. That shit is crazy. They would have finally got to the actual evil.
I'm trying to tell you, dog.
When they started showing just the pixies of the evil at the end, and then Burke became possessed, I'm like, yeah, this is right. This is like watching the first Exorcist.
So did it age well?
Hell no.
No. Hey, wait, so you saying the Exorcist didn't age well either?
The Exorcist? Fuck no. I mean, they did a great job at the effects at that point without having like any level of CGI back then. But
yeah,
any of them old horror films, bro, they was pulling shit out their ass, bro. Like I gotta commend them on just their level of creativity at that time without having anything.
Oh man.
So just the ideas at heart were important. So
and them doing it on film.
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing as in post and special effects. Yeah, that's crazy. Before we get into
on that Super 8.
Happy belated Halloween to everybody. We're doing this. We want to send a shout out to our YouTube viewership, everybody on Stitcher, Simplecast, Castbox, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify, and then still on Google Play until the end of the year. Like, subscribe, share, and then if you're on YouTube, subscribe and hit the notification button so you can always be first to know when we're dropping the fire as video. Salute to our guy Lex Bubble and our other sponsor, Let's Bubble Productions, for keeping it lit. Yeah, man. Lex Bub, what's up with you?
Man, not too much. I watched the fights.
The massacre?
Man.
You want to see a dead body?
Bruh.
Bro had a title too?
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Like he had a belt?
I thought he did.
Yeah, I think he did.
Hey, did anybody check on him? Like, is he still here?
No,
if he is, he ain't the same no more.
He had to have an outer body experience. Like, he had to see himself laid out like that.
You niggas ever seen the movie The Frighteners?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Know how somebody else's soul can jump in your body? That's what happened to him. That wasn't him that left out the arena.
It for sure slapped his soul out for a bit. For sure. That uppercut was nasty.
The coldest part was the press conference, and Javante was just like, yeah, man, in the 4th round, I caught him, but he just kept coming. That was the Mexican in him. I said, wait a minute. And they let everything fly in boxing.
Nah,
Yeah, this is crazy.
I love boxing because they have zero filter, bro. Like,
Yeah, no, they not playing that game. They not doing the PC shit. We talking big shit, and it's not gonna be politically correct.
nah,
Mayweather be talking so crazy. Javante said, "Yeah, that was the Mexican in him. He was gonna keep coming." And
nah,
nobody batted an eye. The reporters
and
didn't
that
blink or
and fighting might be the last like sport that where racism is welcome.
facts.
Like whatever
It's
you
what
gotta
fuels it,
say.
right?
Yeah, like whatever you want to like whatever comes to mind is like what helps the marketing dollar. So
Yeah. That Mayweather McGregor shit was full like like a civil war basically. Like people that Americans had to go for the Irish for the Irishman, and all the niggas had to go for Floyd. Even those that wasn't really fucking with Floyd that normally would bet on whatever Mexican he's fighting on Cinco de Mayo normally, bro. Like that shit was the world was divided that day.
shit, it was about to be divided if it would have been Wilder against Anthony Joshua at any point.
You think how does that work?
Because Anthony Joshua is, I think, British or some shit.
I don't
Yeah.
know, but
It would have been
yeah,
U.S. versus Europe and shit.
Yeah, like
that's that don't ever feel as that don't ever feel like as much tension. Like the Brits, nah, that's fucked up. I can't say that on this
shit.
shit because
Depending on the
them niggas
outcome.
with this shit, them niggas with this shit for real. Oh
Depending
man,
on like they'd have to meet up though. They'd have to be before Anthony Joshua got his L and that before Wilder
yeah,
caught his
got his
Fury.
caught
So
his facts.
now it's no lust in there.
It has zero value.
Yeah.
Or maybe both of their L's gives it some value because you got before either of them get to Tyson, they got to fight each other now, right?
Nah, this
Or
ain't back in the day. They don't fight often enough.
got you. Because Tyson was doing like 2 fights in a year at some point, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
tell them might be made. They ain't fighting like that no more.
Yeah.
Well, right now Wilder's mad at Tyson because Tyson's like, nah, we ain't doing a rematch. I ain't running it back.
Nah, fuck no. No, I beat you. We
Nor
got the
nor nor should he, bro. We watched that. We had to witness that.
Hey, we had to. Hey, we had to go
You
through
wait your
that.
turn.
With
You wait your
we got
turn, and
to.
if I still want to fight after I fight a few more times, then you can come catch this L again.
Again, yeah.
You
Yeah,
Fuck
that
know,
was
them too.
fucked up.
which is a cold game, bro, because we was all Wilder, and I feel like, hey, we all got our soul
Hey,
snatched that night,
Nigga, Fury knocked the
I'm gonna
Wakanda out
go.
of him.
bro.
Hey, forget what y'all
We
talking
was
about.
right
I'm
on a
about to.
high,
I'm not letting y'all get that. I said it. I said it. As soon as he came out to the D smoke, I said, nope, it's over. It's over. It's over. We all gonna have to bask in this ass whooping collectively.
all black everything,
All black everything. Now I
black
realized
magic.
today. I realized today getting off the plane in Portland. I like my racism served pure, like right in my face, bro. We got off the plane and we having a real good
That's on the
conversation
platter. Oh,
on the
my shit like
platter.
this.
Bruh, young bruh, he couldn't have been no older than like 21. His Make America Great hat again. He looked at me so cold, bruh. He looked at me so sick. He looked at me so sick. I had to tip my hat to him. I was like, bruh, I fuck with that. Like,
Right.
I know what type of time we on. Like, he ain't. Hey, nah, this what type of time I'm on. What you want to do? Nothing,
Yeah.
champ. You got it. You
Hey.
got it.
We both can exist.
Man, and with clearer lines, because you let me know what type of time you on, as opposed to trying to pretend like you fucking with me, you know.
Exactly.
So, salute,
Exactly.
salute to all those keeping it a buck. Election week, ballots and all that scary shit, fellas. What are you gonna do Tuesday? You taking a day off, or you gonna be out in the field? What you doing?
Oh, no, I'm gonna get my hours outside. I already did mine, but I'm gonna get my hours outside.
Lex, how you moving on Tuesday?
I sent my ballot in, but I might try to just wiggle and be like, oh, I need to go vote.
No, you get to use that anyway. They,
You better use them hours.
yeah,
Hey,
they can't suppress your vote, my man.
facts,
Especially not today,
facts.
bro. Hey, you got a whole lawsuit on your hands.
Oh, so you're not gonna let me today? Today you're not
Oh,
gonna let me
today
go?
out of all days. So you just gonna treat and you gonna have me use PTO for this one too? Okay,
All right,
all right, all right.
I got you.
You guys don't
Um,
even know. I already know how I'm starting off my speech. For 400 years.
hey, just walk in there on that type of time that day, Lex.
Hey, no,
I
imagine how you walk around a place on election day though. Like I feel like that's the one day you have your chest out and just knock shit over.
when not this
Huh?
year, not this
What?
year, not last year either.
Bro. You don't know where I'm voting, man. Hey, I'm knocking shit over.
I'm just talking about the distraught liberals, man. That energy be real heavy. Like
Mm,
I can't be around that, man. Pick your head up.
mm.
It's been worse days. Fuck you moping for, man.
Nah, you need to see how stressed out the Republican white women are, bro.
Oh shit.
Because they low key
I
under too. Like they low key under like liberal women, like liberal white women, bro. Like they might be in the same ballpark on like their level under for which one they like. No, actually, liberal white women they're out in the public, but the Republican one they stressed right now, stressed.
stressing. Well, I mean, based on the energy right now, I don't know if y'all felt it, but the tension in the air is heavy, especially in the Bay. I got here and it's whatever, but I'm kind of just immune to it at this point. The fear mongering that's happening in the news media right now, online, social media is a little heavy. Where they're kind of preparing and kind of grooming people for a civil war, depending on whatever outcome, because either side is going to be pissed. But the caravans and the caravan attacks by different support groups and shit that are happening on the road, the Biden groups, bus being damn near hijacked. These are terrorist attacks, bro, that we just normalizing. Am I tripping and feeling that way?
It has a brand already. It's called civil unrest.
Civil unrest.
Yeah, they're preparing for civil unrest. So just keeping an eye out on potential issues. They already got a glimpse of it earlier in the summer with all the protests and stuff like that. So they're figuring there to be something even larger depending on which way it goes. So it's called civil
Yeah.
unrest. Scary
I
out
mean,
here, fellas.
hey. Well, how are you? How are you both individually coping or dealing or just going on about your shit? Like, is it something where you like preparing for the worst, or you just like, bro, how much worse can this shit get?
Mm, I'm checking my pearls.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making sure that my pearls are in the open, man. You never really know
Don't throw your
who
pearls in
trying to
front of someone.
who trying to snatch them. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what's going on right now. You can't show your full head.
Yeah. Nah,
Shit
yeah,
might get
it's
nasty out there.
the cold part is like it's just based on the information, based on what's being rolled out in front of us. And then on top of that, what isn't being said. Add to that the pandemic. Add to that the looming. It ain't even looming no more. I hate that we still have to use looming and projected and forecasted recession. We're in one. Nonetheless. I don't care how much of that grant money is the stimulus money is floating around, um, and the unemployment. What I don't know, bro. I'm having a difficult time. I'm having a difficult time trying to decide how to proceed, right? Because it's hella shit that needs to be done. We can't stop going. We got this show, we got other shows and projects, and the game don't literally doesn't stop. The world doesn't stop. It's gonna keep going, but this is a unique moment in our history, and we're living it. It'll be written about for centuries to come, and how we maneuver in it, how we show up in it is ultimately what the sign is. But if I'm being 100% honest, fellas, is just putting our head down and continuing to work enough, or is there something more we could have done?
Mm, I think when you deal with something this large of a scale, I think the best that we have is to have the utmost hope that shit does continue. Because
Yeah,
like everything else it's too much to endure, bro. Like you got to think about the amount of stress that America naturally puts on individuals to perform,
Mm.
and how it spits out, how it chews you up, and spits you out if you allow it to. And, and on top of that, you can't like let the idea of fear seep into like your spectrum and like start fucking with you mentally, because you only have yourself to go off of. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely have family support, you can have spousal support or significant other support. You can have the vision of youth and children to that you have to be strong for, so it can give you a altered sense of reality and power within itself. But truth be told, you most of it is just going off of the willpower and hope of like there being all of this should be for a reason at some point. You know what I mean? So like you can't really get into the day to day of what they want you to be stressed out about, because it's not doing you any like it's not doing anything for you. You know what I mean? It's just meant to weave out and take advantage of whoever isn't strong enough in the mind, to endure a lot of that stuff. And I look at it as a form of population control, to tell you the truth. So like, I think that's how they get most of the folks, is just like we're gonna present this fear that you can't see, that we're gonna
Yeah.
present this hope that you can't see, and which one are you gonna be grasping? Like I think that's really what it is. It's just whichever world you tend to want to live in.
Yeah. No, I don't. I guess the part where it really doesn't add up is like the like trying to account for both emotions and tact and be and be solution based in the movement and the thinking and providing sustainability, like engineering sustainability. And what like Lex, you had something in regards to let's like keeping up with the Ahmaud Arbery case, and new details are coming out.
Yeah, they well, it was random because nobody talks about it no more due to everything else. So I've just been looking up shit, and there's a lot of sick shit going on with that.
Can you update us?
Yeah, so they went through the father's text messages in his phone, the one that I guess was a supposed sheriff,
Uh-huh.
because they want to get bailed out. And know how the dude that recorded everything said that after he shot him, he said a racist term. Well, they saying that the dude's lying on them and they never said a racist term. So
Mm-hmm.
when they looked through the sheriff's phone, they went to like Martin Luther King Day and he was like, "Oh, the monkeys is having a parade today." And then when they went back
Jeez.
further,
Jeez.
he was using the N word like it was just another word.
Damn.
And so, but the prosecution was just like, well, that's the way he talks, and you can't, it's just a word. So, I mean, the defendants were saying that. So the prosecution was like, since it's just a word, for the
Mm-hmm.
rest of the case, anytime you want to say Ahmaud's name, just call him the N word. And the lawyer was like, whoa, 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 I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying that's what, my people, that's what this guy was saying. They were like, nah, it's not just a word. And him having that track record of using that shows he probably did say that after he shot him. And what's
Damn.
really, and the sickest part to me is, dude used to be a sheriff. Like, and it always goes back to my question whenever I talk to people is like, when all the racism and shit was quote unquote supposedly stopped, what happened to all of them? They didn't.
Yeah.
It's not like they just got saved and changed.
Mhm.
So
Well, well, I guess,
Nah,
and
they created a plan.
yeah, and so
They organized their action.
and because it's that sinister, and because that level of hate is ingrained through and through in some of the laws that are drawn up, some of the policies, the constitutions, you name it. How much of the integral parts of this country are written in the name of that level of hate, right? Um, so now here we are in 2020, and it's being presented as the biggest election ever, um, and none of that is being addressed. Simultaneously, as you said, new developments in that case are being had, and here we are. Here we are. It's being presented to us as a lesser evil versus extreme evil, and until actual human, like basic human rights are addressed, what the fuck are we talking about? I liking it to, and this is off on a tangent, but this is the new Clubhouse shit we were talking about right before we started. Um, that new app is just like a super lit fucking party line. I don't know how many niggas did the party line shit back in the day, but the party line was everything. But just imagine niggas pretending to be older and mature and wiser or whatever, right? And having the similar access and is a tad bit organized because you get to dictate who the speakers are, you get to invite the speakers or what have you. Um, and so that app is started. There's a pretty lit room called the Bay is in the area, and we're doing the Grand National Radio show on Monday, and my phone is going off, and it's like, yo, Monty, get in here. There's a conversation you need to hear. You need to hear. You need to hear. So in the middle of the fucking radio show, I pause and hop into the chat, and I'm listening to the conversation. And at surface, it's flattering because it's like, yo, Grand National did this, is salute, 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 salute. But it's rooted in how do we support Grand National? And for whatever reason, it was right then and there that all of this shit hit me like a ton of bricks, bro. And it was just like the game, the number that has been done on Black Americans specifically is one sicker than we can even account for in terms of what the residual effect of the trauma has been, um, and even how it's impacting our ability to build and go forth. The division and the fracturedness through our people is the most preyed upon shit in the world, and as it should be, because it's a weakness. It's an exposed weakness. We are incapable of unifying and standing in solidarity in the name of shit that just represents us well, because we're so broken. And it was the first time where I was like really able to go, man, this music shit is so trash, bro. It's so trash, and I don't mean in the name of like what I love about it as far as performance and that shit. That's not what I'm saying. I'm solely speaking to um, the optics of fame, how fame is propped up, the sort of responsibility that fame is given, the accountability that fame for particular people are given, and how we kind of just fit certain things into our moral compass dependent upon the popularity and wanting to align with the shit. And it's a true sickness. And granted, it doesn't only exist with our people. Like let me not say that it's not something that only exists with our people. However, um, it is preyed upon in the most secular of ways, and it's making it harder and harder and harder, especially when you convolute the idea of fame, celebrity, activism, advancement, all these different things that are just thrown into a fucking pot and expected to just magically morph into something that is pure at the core, bro. It's just not. Who was it? Eric Weinstein. Shout out to Morgan, bro. Sent me a fire podcast last night. But the conversation was ultimately in and around engineering sustainability, and and the fact that nobody's having those conversations and being honest about how they're just, if it ain't no money there, don't expect the motherfuckers you need to be moral when nobody's around aren't in power. The ones you can lean on and expect to be moral, because this democracy shit is a farce. We want everybody in on the deep dark secrets. No, everybody don't need to have access to this because everybody can't stomach this shit. but we need to be able to trust the motherfuckers that we're asking to stomach this for us to make the moral decision, as opposed to one that's going to line their pockets or their lineage's pockets. And in the name of what this motherfucker is built on, of course, in natural order, people are just sort of betting on and harvesting for their lineage, man. So it's like it's really hard to expect any of those, and it's real. The audacity of people to ask that of us right now, to ask me to overlook basic shit like that in a moment like now, it just doesn't feel right. And that's my fucking rant for today. I don't know if it made any sense, but I got some shit to get off my chest, son.
Sure. Got to. Gotta let it out, man. It's gotta go somewhere, man.
It gotta go. Hate has to rest somewhere, G. I thought I walked around saying that shit all week. The hate's gotta rest somewhere. They better hate on me. You know, like I hate that too. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing it right, man. No, leave me alone, fam.
Bro, all the cliches. Let's get it.
It was a big week. This is us came back. I know we do the Lovecraft shit, but our show review really kind of started with This Is Us. The people got to watch me grow into a super fan before their eyes, because Elle was already on it and put me on.
Important, man. That was a important moment for this pod.
It's a big moment for the pod. Big moment for the show too. How did you guys feel? Could you feel a shift in the writing room with the first episode?
Sort of. I feel like it was a little bit more intentional this time around. Like I think a lot of topics, I feel like they were like running into topics, and it's a 2 hour show. Yeah, but like they were ramping it up quickly. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't much that was selling in. But I do like the direction that they're taking. I am interested in seeing this exploration of Randall's entire family, because I feel like this show eventually, as it should, would have to start leaning on that family, because there's so much dynamic in it.
Randall and Beth, you mean?
Yeah. There's so much to talk about within that family. So that's something.
So help me with that, G. And Lex, maybe you too. I don't know if did you watch it? Did you watch the premiere? This Is Us?
No, I haven't watched it yet, but you guys can spoil it because everybody else has for me so far.
Maybe you can help me with whether this is a good thing or not. There were moments of the exploration of Randall's family, his mom in particular, where I couldn't tell if it was a genuine step forward for the creative of the show, or was it a pandering step based on like, all right, we're in this moment in our time in our country. If we're not leaning into Black stories, what are we doing for real? So while I'm grateful for it, I'm hoping, and up until this point, they've been very delicate and very thorough with their writing anyway. So I have no reason to suspect they wouldn't be going forth. I am worried though that in order to tell that story, they'll cut corner. The potential to cut corners. The potential to cut corners and to get real lazy in terms of how detailed they've been up until this point. It's just inevitable, and I'm hella excited about the exploration of his mom. Like that shit could get real crazy if that's that. But I feel like they're gonna walk that fine line of it being crazy and having the potential to get real kind of like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Are you just banking on how great the show is up until this point? Am I just overthinking it?
No, I think they're approaching enough seasons now where it's up to the cast to now take over. You know, like they write the script, they write the script and all, but I think the script was written a certain way for it to be pandering. And then you saw the characters take over, like you saw the actors take over within their little nuances that they have that carried through a lot of the, I guess you say the washed down version of what they were trying to get across. You know what I mean? Because they did have to cover a period of time.
Yeah.
So given like how long it's been gone, they did have to cover everything that just happened over the summer, and they
Did
did it,
they?
huh?
Did they?
They didn't, but I think this type of
Okay.
show, that's what they tend to do. You know what I mean?
Got
Like
you.
I think they tend to try to keep it as current as possible what's going on. And in doing so, they were overdoing it with the protest and how we feel about it. But within doing that, they were able to stumble across a really good topic of we talked about it too when it comes to therapy and
You've been, bruh, that's funny. As soon as that shit presented itself, I was like, damn. El said that was probably a year and a half ago. We had that conversation.
bro, like just thinking about like the idea of taking the first steps to go to therapy and then going as far away from what you actually need initially
Yeah.
because you don't give a fuck about it. But
Mm.
without knowing that it's actually is doing something inside of you that you don't understand is unraveling a shit ton of stuff that you've had to go through to this point
Yeah.
that has made you who you are, and then eventually getting to a point where you take it seriously and you see what you actually need from it. You know, not everybody has the support, which he had an amazing support system at the house, but not
Mm.
everybody has the support to go through that whole process of stumbling into where you actually need to get your help from. And it was just cool to see him become something.
Yeah.
He's finally starting to turn into something in it that is himself, and that's at 40. And that was something for myself. I was like, I didn't want to be 40 and stumbling into who I am. Like I had to do that shit earlier because I could already see my vision of like everything being great and me doing all this stuff that is great to everybody else, and everybody else is receiving all this stuff from me and stuff like that.
Mm.
But am I slowly dying on the inside? You know what I mean? Like, and that's something that I tried to explore before, and that's why I connected with that show.
Yeah. No, that should hit hard. In terms of just the amount of work and accountability, and then the expectations of of fatherhood and life partnership. Man, that self work is ever important. Realizations of family dynamics is even more complicated. Um, it was I had my moments where I was like, I don't know, and then the writing was just so potent. It's like they won me over, and then 2 hours of content is just hard to do. So I'm here for it, and excited for the rest of the season. Honestly, um, especially coming off of Lovecraft, which was a completely different show. Um, I don't know, man. I'm here for it. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do. I will say I realized what a stan I was, and like how wrapped up into this shit that I am when Kevin appeared on the TV. So the Selling Sunset show that comes on Netflix. I hate that. Why am I saying this on this fucking show? Oh my gosh. Selling Sunset on fucking Netflix is like and ain't even a guilty pleasure. The show is fire. I don't care what nobody say. That show is amazing. But Kevin in
Stand
real
on that
life, whatever,
king. Stand on
whatever
that
his
king.
I got to. I'm here now. I'm here. What's Kevin's real name in real life? Do we know? But whatever his real
He's forever Kevin to me. I saw him in a
yeah,
movie and I called him Kevin.
that's that nigga's mama named Kevin. I'm gonna call him Kevin.
Hey,
His
bro.
his wife in real life is a realtor on the show, G.
Mm-hmm.
And so first season is lit. It's in the second season, her and this nigga get a divorce, but the way he do it is so cold. But or at least the way they make it seem on the show. Bruh,
Mm-hmm.
when I tell you I was glued to that shit, I was like, okay, I'm trash. I'm big trash. Like, it's my Selling Sunset the hardest show right now, bro. Y'all talk about Lovecraft. This y'all can keep all that shit as long as I get new seasons of Selling Sunset. I promise you. Sign me up. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. All these other shows want to steal our Lovecraft podcast and all that shit. We started this shit, son.
Mm-hmm.
Do one about Selling Sunset. Watch what happened.
If you really try to get some respect out here.
I'm trying to get some respect out here somewhere. So
try to put some respect on that day. You gotta do something.
it's just bait. It's just bait, baby. Let's see what we get.
Okay.
What else is happening that I'm intrigued about? Sir,
Last thing on that thought, though, I am interested in seeing that be between the family now. Like I've been waiting for this entire time for him to have a certain feeling towards his siblings. You know, I'll be loving that energy. So it's about time that happens, man. So
he told Katie, he's like, I can't make this one better for you. You gonna have to cry this one out.
You got to do this on your own. You know
what you call it, the damsel in distress syndrome,
bro. But you see how quickly her shit switched.
Yeah.
Like she had the lights off, and then he told her that news, bro. It was almost as if that never happened.
Man.
So it don't take much. Like you ain't about to be stuck in this stupor, bro. Like bro, you ain't got enough bad in your life, bro, to have to deal with
at all. As bad as you think it might be.
You know,
trust me.
Like news hit different to different people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
How you think news hit for Certified Lover Boy? Huh? And answer me that. How you think he received news? Huh?
Hey, Monty. He the only one that got announcements for knee surgeries, bro. Like, hey, Monty, how many knee surgeries you had since you stopped hitting the court?
I don't know, man. You know what's sick? You know what's sick is I just was saying that, G. That's what, like, if I hoop hard enough, out of shape, overweight, all that shit, bro, I'm tearing both ACLs,
bro.
And then leave me alone, bro. Seriously, leave me alone.
I'm just saying, like, if you're not playing a sport, bro, how do you keep fucking up your limbs like this, bro? Like, because I know he was just walking around the crib and slipped on the surface.
No. Loverboy be out there really trying to hoop though.
He wasn't hooping, bro.
Dreamville versus OVO is a real thing. Them TDE niggas don't look like they could hoop either. So it's just like. And I'm putting it out there too.
Nah, TD look like them niggas that talk hella shit on the sideline.
Oh yeah, for sure, but can't hoop at all.
Bobby roasted the fuck out of you though.
Hey,
like you know how to goon niggas that you was hella cool with in the hood that just come to your game just to fuck with other team, and also fuck with you and get you playing hard. That's what they do. That's what TD do on the sideline. I'm gonna
go if we go on cruise. Because we've been talking about it as Grand National, like making sure niggas is like getting right just in case it pop off somewhere, and niggas gotta just hoop for best rap crew. Cooking them niggas, I don't care who it is. Reason used to hoop, nigga, you getting these buckets. Who else? Who else said they used to hoop? Cole said he used to hoop buckets, nigga. Who else said they used to hoop?
Hey, was that Cole that fell on the floor like that? You didn't see that video? You didn't see that video when he did you ran up and did that 2-hand dunk and fell on his face?
Did he? I seen when he tried to dunk at the All-Star game.
Oh, okay. No, it was some video circulating. They was talking about it was cold. I don't know if it was really cold. But.
I seen Walker try to take off from free throw damn near. That nigga Walker look like he goes still.
Hell nah.
I seen Walker take off from far, G. I ain't gonna hold you. And
Gucci jumper
look crazy.
What Gucci jumper like?
It's awkward, but he be hitting it though. And it's Sada baby damn near nice too.
I feel like Gucci shoot with his left and his right hand. like the ball.
You on the spectrum. Let my man live.
Like the ball is mostly in the left hand, but it got probably about 3 or 4 fingers from the right. So it spin like a fishbowl.
So you're not buying that Drake was hooping. You think he was just walking to the pantry?
Nah, I think he forgot that somebody waxed the floor in his house.
wax the marble?
Yeah, I feel like he was walking in his socks. I feel like he's getting some Captain Crunch at about 12 a.m., bro.
Nah, that ain't it. Nah, but see, can we have a cereal? No, never mind. I'm not about to do that with y'all. I'm not about to do that. I was about to have a deep dive about the certain cereals like Captain Crunch, like as fire as they are, the roof of your mouth be fucked off, bro. So you can't just always. Captain Crunch is like an occasional seasonal situation.
Nah, I can't eat no Captain Crunch. I can't eat most cereals, bro, because I just think about what that shit look like on the inside of me. I can't
crazy,
do it. I can't do it
crazy. And
because
then, but
it don't come out right either. So
no, the sick part is getting some oat milk and convincing yourself it's healthier. That's the crazy part. Oh, this ain't regular milk. This is almond milk. I'm gonna be straight.
shit, I get that lactose free shit from Trader Joe's. That shit probably got
Uh,
lactose all up in it.
the lactate.
Huh?
You drink the lactate shit?
That's just like it's just a lactose free one. I don't know, nigga.
What that
What part?
is?
I don't know what the hell that is, bro. Like that shit probably got that all up in there. It's probably just marketing, but for sure,
Facts.
snatch that shit up.
That's what somebody told me. So the Trader Joe's, how that shit breaks down. Um, it's all the same shit, but it's just in a different box. Like they pay for the license of the food and just put it in a different box. That's it.
That would
Are
that
we,
would make hella sense to me,
bro? Are we getting whooped just all the way through and through? What's going on for real?
bro. I put it as like it's better. I think it's better to get whoops on shit that you think is good. Like at least the nigga was trying. You know what I'm saying? Like
At least you tried to. Yeah, at least you tried to
yeah,
whoop him.
like I wasn't like I didn't hear about some shit and then I still was going to it. You know what I mean? Like if you could tell me some hard facts about some of this stuff, then I'll wean off of it and not fuck with it no more. But I can naturally say that getting food from like the Luckies in the hood was like fucking me off. So like that was a no go. So they do fuck up like the like food and like meat and like shit that's not processed. Like they fuck up all that shit in like stores that are closest to like urban areas, you would say.
But they're doing it in the food, and shout out to Lex for putting this on. But they're doing it with the drugs too,
Yeah.
and it's just a super duper settlement and a slap on the wrist, and you going about your business though. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we getting whooped all the way around as far as the prison structure goes, as far as like the sentences that they were handing out to niggas for a couple grams of weed versus niggas doing numbers off of this shit now. I seen who was that? Who somebody podcast? Damn, was that Joe? And somebody's podcast is like, Hove selling drugs again. Like, and it's comedy to think about. It's like nigga come full circle to have a real corporate announcement about him launching his cannabis line. Like, wait, what? Like this shit crazy. What was the Purdue Pharma shit, Lex?
Man, so they're the ones that I guess what made Oxycontins, and finally their shit, basically the shit finally hit the fan with them,
That they was
and
giving people hair on?
yeah, and now it was like, oh, we trying to help weed people off, and that's what it's for. It's like, nah, we was just running up the bag. That's all we was doing.
We just giving you H and then sending you on your way. Like, bro, you just giving people heroin and like you'll figure it out. Like, wait a minute.
And then it came out that they were paying doctors to fill out more prescriptions and to prescribe it to more people.
Bro,
So
Oh yeah,
when
that's
I got
that's a
to
good.
school, when I got to school, the opioid pandemic was like at its height. Like that shit was crazy. Like the first time I seen anybody snort something with some fucking oxys, like ever. Like blown away by that shit.
yeah,
Hmm. That's pharmaceuticals though. Like that, I wonder what made it so that they were able to get caught though. You know what I mean? Because like
Uh,
it'd be too many
Gee,
hands in the pot to just like throw somebody underneath the bus like that. Like it depends
that's
on like
not.
if they stop. What's up?
Keep going.
Like if
No, keep
it
going. You about to say it?
no, it just depends like if they stop uh like making a certain amount of money off of it. Like did people move over to another drug become present? Is there like a everybody got to look out on this like COVID thing? Like is there like a
Your
another
cover's
option
blown.
coming up?
well,
Your cover's blown. Once enough white kids start dying, somebody got to ask a different question. You know, had that had that epidemic only been throughout a particular community, there ain't no questions to ask. But that's a drug. That's a drug that knew no class, that knew no race, and because it was slightly a little bit more expensive to have on deck through and through, and it was running rampant through suburbia. Bro, kids is ODing left and right, man. And then if you're not ODing, it's becoming addicts. And then if you can't score oxy, the only natural next step is fucking meth. And so
Yeah.
you just see it like that epidemic just hit the right people. So now they got to ask the right questions, and somebody gonna answer for a bunch of white kids dying, bro. That's exactly like I'll never forget that shit. Because when I got to school, that's the only people I knew was using it was the kids with a little bit of bread, buying 30 pills at a time just to get through fucking not even a semester, few days, and then that shit ramping up, and then next thing you know, bro, you on pure H. Like that shit was crazy.
As. And they're also talking about the new guy that took over, like the head of the board, is saying that the family, everybody is still able to be charged. Like the company's charged, but all the people who was originally at the beginning of the shit, they all can be charged.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the crazy part.
Oh shit.
Since the company's going to go into bankruptcy because of this, they're saying that the government might take over the company. And
Yeah,
then if the
somebody got to make some adjustments,
and then
marketing adjustments, of course, and then just put that shit back on the street.
yep, and then now the government's making all the money. And I was like, oh,
We in the
that's
wrong business, fellas.
So
We
that's
in
what I
the
was.
wrong business.
That's what I was getting to right there, Lex. So it's like I was saying, like, did they like who did they fuck over or what happened? Because that just sounded like the government wanted it.
yeah, nah, like you said, nigga, the person they fucked over was the one person that's like, nah, nigga, you can get past everybody else, but you pay me mine. And that now they
There you go.
like
Fuck you,
There you
pay
go.
me.
exactly
There you go.
pay
They was
what you
probably
owe.
they was skimming something. Got it.
I want to know
Yeah,
how they were
because
looking at. Oh, go ahead.
ever since that one bro like had that like got that what was that, the heart medicine or the medicine for the
Oh, for
I don't know.
AIDS and Skrilly,
Yeah.
what Skrilly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since he did that and then like up to like 600 something percent.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I knew like pharmaceuticals is a whole nother business, bro. Like you could just
Big business.
you could set your price, bro. Just like whatever you say goes.
Fuck the market. What you want it to be? Hey, what you want it to be today, and what you want it to be for a specific group of people.
Bro, they need it.
The other
You
crazy
guys,
part is
yeah.
that they talking about the settlements for 8 billion, but they're saying that's before the company files for bankruptcy. So the company might only pay 2 to 3 billion instead of 8.
Hmm.
Wait, in terms of what they're being like their fines and shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Huh.
That's a good one to keep an eye on.
For sure. Like
Oh,
try to scale and forecast that, fellas.
you know, I'm watching those pockets.
So lucky for us, L's made some pretty like strong statements on the show. So he's got to answer to a few fans this week. Lex, you want to which one should we do first, the Wayne or the
I was
threesome?
just catching it left and right this week. Let's go.
I'm saying, what you think, Lex?
Man, I'll let's see what the man of the hour. Where does he want to go first?
Yeah, where do you want to go for? You want to go Wayne, or you want to rewrite this threesome concept, or you want to double down?
Oh no, I'm doubling down on both of them, but it's just a matter of which one. But yeah, we can go with the Wayne one first, man.
So shout out to Lodge family, friend of the show, but family, of course. And he was not gonna miss his opportunity. He hit the Beat the Brave DM. He hit our group chat and then made sure to remind me separately. I'm sure he texted Lex separately too. So basically, he just wants how you going to defend Wayne now. I know how you're going to, but if you care to on the show.
I mean, I don't think there's a need for there's not a need for anybody to say anything about that particular deal from my standpoint. Like Wayne is who Wayne is. And like that's what I always respected about the folks that are like championing like that. You know what I mean? Like it's only certain individuals that are championing over the years or whatever, but that's mainly due to like their own way of thinking and their own way of doing things. And I'm confused on how big of a topic this was to everyone because we're approaching those years as far as like age goes for the age group we're in and our peers and stuff like that, where all of these things become like way more important to people. So like it's interesting to see like how important like endorsements are to people and like who endorses who, and without looking at the full picture of endorsements.
Mm-hmm.
Like when it comes to endorsements, I get it's for like other people that are looking in on like what's going on and like get an idea of like who they want to vote for or who they think you're aligned with. But I have some news to break to folks. If you're rich or wealthy, you vote one way. Like it doesn't matter.
G,
Like
don't
what?
break people heart like that, bro. Please
Nah,
don't
bro.
do that
Like
to
it's
people.
something
Don't
that
do
needs
that
to
to
be
people.
said because I think people put a lot of stock in like celebrity and a lot of stock in certain individuals. So I think
You
it's only
gonna
right to
ruin
say,
they life goals, man.
nah, bro. I'm saying like once you hit a certain tax bracket, bro, you vote one way. Like it ain't like I don't care what people say that are rich or wealthy talking about they're backing Democrats and that sounds really good in public. Look at their ballot.
Hell sick. Hell sick. Don't, bro. They gonna flag us this week. Stop, bro.
Bro, look at their ballot. I don't care what they say. They could be all on stage. They can rap for Biden all they want to. They could do the little. You see who Biden had to get this year because he ain't got no like Biden ain't got no post, bro. So like that's why he was.
Like, mute this nigga,
No, no.
man.
I'm about to be like Jay-Z on the Freeway song. Keep going, L.
Keep going, L.
Bro,
Oh, he
Biden
wildin'.
Biden ain't got no post. Why you
Oh,
think why you think his endorsements came from
oh.
battle rappers this year?
Bruh,
This
I just
nigga.
said that.
Oh, this nigga's crazy, bro.
He had
We for
endorsements
sure
from
we getting flagged. We getting flagged this week.
Nah, bro, he had endorsement from battle rappers and from the one person that is like the arch nemesis of Trump, and that's Obama, which Obama's my dude. So like I fuck with that part. Like that's the only way that he can go. Like he was underneath him before. Of course, he'll say he'll ring strong for Biden and stuff like that. But Biden can't do that for himself, which is unfortunate. Like if
Yeah,
you ever see Biden talk or when he's trying to say something, it's sad, bro. It's a sad story.
yeah.
So like he's not bringing nobody. Like you would have to be Democrat to the core, and I don't think it's that many people anymore that are if this is their plan to like vote for the first time or they voted before that can honestly say that I'm voting Democrat because of Biden. You saying
Mm-hmm.
that you're voting Democrat because you don't fuck with Trump, you don't fuck with Trump, what Trump has said, who Trump is as a person, what they represent on that side. You could say that part. That sounds good to me. But don't say that it's because of Biden. Like don't do that. Don't do that. So if you're gonna throw endorsements out, you're not endorsing the person. Like yeah, I get it. I get it. You stand with that person and you think that they're endorsing them. No. But he does have more moxie. So if it's somebody to stand with the moxie.
Yeah, it's becoming more evident just in terms of like access to information and how we think about information and educating ourselves in the need to and how we can just kind of stop at receiving our information from a particular entity, whether that be some form of celebrity, some form of popular platform, um, the due diligence and even the intellects, right? There's a level of conformity where it's like there's outside of doing the research yourself and arriving at an independent thought, right? It convolutes it. And when we talk about freedom of speech and all this shit in and corrective speech. I hear Joe Rogan and them use that shit all the time, and it's like, bro, like that. Don't none of that shit matter until when these people got it out for you. And Eric Weinstein, I'm gonna keep bringing this shit up because it was such a brilliant conversation. But Eric Weinstein was making such a brilliant point when he was talking about um, the role and the impact and the influence that Joe Rogan has, and how they've decided it's like, bet if we can't get him, because Joe has done a really good job at positioning himself as like harmless, and but he has so much influence. It's kind of like Dave. Like Dave has managed to skate certain shit where he just ain't subscribing to a level of celebrity, which removes him of having to answer to people he don't want to answer to. So he gonna keep talking about the LGBT community. He gonna keep running that until he blew in the face, and y'all not gonna do shit about it. You're not gonna stop his bread. Netflix is still gonna cut the check, whereas they threatening to cut everybody else's money off. They ain't threatening to cut Joe Rogan money off yet either. But what is happening is everybody around them is getting probed. Joey Diaz, fucking Chris D'Elia, Brian Callen, they coming for them niggas like all day long. And Joe is just like, I'm gonna keep going on with my life. I'm gonna keep tapping into the conspiracies. I'm gonna keep providing y'all all this information that's passive and identifying as someone who's not really a threat for real. He just doing it off the grid, which I gotta salute. I gotta salute that shit. He seems harmless. He doesn't seem like a threat to them until he starts shaking shit up. And now everybody inside the Spotify building is sick because they're playing that game. They're identifying as liberal and corporate and all the shit. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, you know who their allegiance is to. So guess what you can't get on here and do, Joe Rogan? Guess what you can't get on here and do, Joe Budden? And the last frontier of long form engagement and getting your shit off is podcasting. And the second they come for this shit, it is a wrap. Freeform radio been dead. That shit been on by the right. So ain't shit popping on there, and niggas still don't know that, wondering why programming is a thing. Come on, man. The ad revenue and how that's running everything. Come on, man. We gotta start having real conversations in and around this shit, and the how we as Americans lean on celebrity, especially the celebrity of rappers, both ways. Both. We've been saying that from the rip in terms of Ye. It's like y'all giving them the power the same way Trump got into office. You're doing the same thing to rappers in terms of just the polarizing information. I finally got around to that social dilemma shit. Thanks for nothing, fellas. I'm blaming y'all, but but
Right.
but it's just what we've been saying for like it's in the engagement and how it's downloading all the nuance of us.
They hit you with the
Fuck,
dumb moment.
not even no. It was let me stop front. That shit was insightful as shit. Um, but all it is just reinforcing this idea that we're getting further and further and further away from being to A, think for ourselves, and B, have any form of collective conscience. Like that's what's being attacked, and ain't nobody talking about it. It's like y'all no, you're not gonna be in alignment on thinking. And even if you are in alignment on thinking, there's gonna be so many discrepancies within your lifestyle. At some point, it's gonna cause some tension and some divisiveness. Because right now, Trump supporters range from the wealthiest of the wealthiest to the motherfuckers who don't have a pot to piss in, and that alliance can only go so far. And it's the same on the left. Right now, you're leveraging people's emotions in and around social justice and needing reform, and the police needed to be defunded, and all of the unjust murders done by the police. You leveraging all that shit right now in the name of capitalism. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen if you win and then reveal your hand and still not give a fuck? It's gonna get sick, man. So I get everybody being up in arms over what a rapper says. What I mean this with the utmost respect. I don't give a fuck about what them niggas talking about, bro. Not when I know that there are black men and women who have dedicated their entire lives to carving out space for black people in politics, which we've never truly had before. Same shit Martin and Malcolm were fighting for. That shit was never really seen. It was never able to be seen all the way through. So we're still picking up from there, and they're like still literally still gathering ourselves from their murders and whatever access points that they did have in the political spectrum. And so even that level of trauma in a space of just needing to get shit done and be solution based, bro, it's too much. It's contaminated, if we're being honest. And unfortunately, we can't even have an honest conversation about it right now.
Do you think that people do things in order to not be a carbon copy of what you expect them to be?
Just what do you mean? I think I know what you mean, but if you can't explain further.
Yeah, like I'm just like when people present something to the public, right? Uh, do you think that the thought goes into it that this is going to increase engagement and uh, people are going to eat this up because this is completely against what the general public that is going to say something goes for. So then it just riles up a base and allows them to eventually see like the numbers to potentially do something else. Because
Don't we?
I think for this one in particular, um, I think for somebody that does not go outside or rarely goes outside, but that's the one of the moments that you will see them outside.
Mhm.
In order to do something of that magnitude, it was for a particular reason.
What is there? That's kind of what the social dilemma was trying to tell us, right? G is that yeah, fuck how you really feel is the bottom line is the bottom line always. So they've kind of taken a model that applies to capitalism in the space of just like profit and just slap that shit in on our social equity. Like your emotion, how you really feel does not matter at the end of the day. Did you engage with it, right or wrong, for better or worse? Whether you were happy or sad, you still engaged with it. So thank you for your attention, and it's just a fight for your attention, and they keep you there. And the more emotionally triggered you are, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna stay. You stay. You figure out an excuse. Oh, I promise he loves me. He just hits me because he loves me. That's that shit. He just hits me because he loves me. Damn, that's so sad. Fuck.
Hmm.
Title of that podcast.
Yeah, we're getting canceled, guys.
It was nice working with y'all.
It was a pleasure, guys.
Hey, what y'all want to do
What
for our
number is
last
this?
day?
What's that time step for today?
Well, if we thought that was getting out of here, guess what's really about to get us canceled? L having an answer for his lack of standing with the feminist when talking about threesomes.
Mm.
hmm
Damn,
And you can, and if you
this
nice with
listen
it,
to
you can
that
do
line
both.
right there. This is to that line right
If you nice, you could do both. But you
there.
decided to go against the sisters, my brother.
Mm, mm.
Word.
Word.
Word. Yeah, I agree, man. It's crazy. It's crazy out there that my words
Lex,
were misconstrued.
Lex, what was the question?
Okay. And what the funny part is, they told me to make sure I say, this is a question for LG from a fan.
Right on. Appreciate that.
Why is it a threesome when it is two girls and a guy, but it's called a train when it is two guys and one girl? If the girl sets it up and has the power in the situation.
It's not how that
Uh,
works. Oh, go ahead, my bad. This ill. This
yeah,
ill question. I'm about to be
not
quiet.
no, but I think that's an easy answer though. I think that just comes down to perspective. So it depends on who's the person telling the story. Because if it's a guy telling a story, then it's going to
Ah,
be
look at
as a
you.
train. If there's a woman telling a story, then you can come up with whatever wording you want to come up to empower yourself, sis.
But
But
guess
like
what?
the
Guess what? Sis is gonna say.
huh?
Them niggas ran a trade.
So we
I
really
mean,
try to get canceled today, huh?
if
Oh,
hey, if you're really trying to empower yourself, you feel me?
go,
What do you
go
think this,
take it there. Then take it there. If you
bro?
really want to be, take it
What do you think the slut walk was created for?
there.
It was for you
Oh,
to be able to take the words that have been used against you all these years and
I'm
put
taking
power
the
behind
power
it.
back. I'm taking the power back out of that
Yeah,
word, sucker.
put power behind it. You know, like it's nothing like when your dude cheats on you or whatever happens, and you get a train run on you and use that wording to him, and I bet that hurts that day a lot more than trying to come up with a flowery way to, make that seem like it was something different. Besides, in the moment, like I don't think you want that to be too soft, like too soft of a wording for it. Like it ain't nothing.
Stop. Please
Ain't
stop.
nothing,
Please.
because if you got two niggas making love to you, bro, that shit gonna be real.
Hey, that is hilarious.
I don't even know what that looked like. Like I don't want to know what that looked like, but that's gonna be some weird shit.
Oh shit.
Hey Lex, I'm convinced L is the sickest nigga on the planet.
He might be after that.
Two niggas making love to you is crazy.
Bro, if you getting love times two, that's nuts, bro. Like I don't know what that looked like. Like I ain't seen that porn yet.
Hey, bro, they better be listening to Drake's Loverboy.
Hey, you feel me? Lex, like you might as well just overwhelm yourself with the love in the room, man. Light candles and shit. Or one nigga smashing, other nigga lighting the candles,
Please stop.
Setting the playlist.
Set the playlist, getting the mood right. You know what I mean?
The sickest part is when
got the Amazon playing in the background. You hear some monkey and some bird sounds in the background.
One of the niggas be like, hey, you want some strawberries, homie? Got some strawberries.
You feel me? Just trying to be accommodating. You feel me? I would expect you to do the same for me, sir.
Exactly.
This is a real respectful vibe.
Oh
my my man, you need anything, bro? You know what I'm saying? You need some extra oils.
I got the one that got the roasted almond.
Hey, bro, she get a little dry. You want some lube, bro? You good?
Ew, what is going on today?
What? This is the shit that we talk about.
Lex,
you ask the question. Ask the question.
Talk about, I feel it, player. Them magnums dry up. You got to get that.
No, I'm muting both of y'all. Stop. That's crazy. Y'all don't care no more. Niggas fully don't care. What? Oh my gosh. Oh shit.
Yeah. Everybody really muted this stuff.
I had to, bro. Y'all, wait a minute.
Hey, Monty gave us a virtual order in the court, man. The gavel was going. Bro. You got the mute on it.
My heart skipped a beat. L go get sick and then Lex gonna double down. Like, what is going on today?
Bro. Shout out to listener, though, for bringing that question up, though. She got us there.
Big facts.
Yeah.
She big content creating. Fuck with it.
And in the name of asking open-ended questions because I got to get out of here too.
For sure.
What does the coin shortage actually mean?
That's a hella question. I'm wondering. Cause I keep saying that shit everywhere. So what is that? Y'all got information on the coin shortage?
I ask people at the bank, and they give you a different answer every time.
Like, what does that mean? What does that mean about like circulating dollars? Because I feel like there's a bigger plan at play, and they've been trying to get this chip going for so long. So I just want to know what is this the starting piece to that where we're trying to get like the actual money taken out of this, and then we're just gonna go to cards. Got to take those cards out of there because those are not reliable when it comes to people being able to tap into that and take your money out of there. So they're gonna have to get something that inserts into you. Like, what's the process, man? What they got going on here? I feel like this is phase one.
Your guess is good as mine. Your money's no good here, though. I know that. How many places have you been that aren't accepting cash right now? Seriously, think. Hell, like, ain't nobody accepting cash right now.
It's a good amount of them.
I still got my ones from the strip club from LA 7 months ago, whatever that was.
Hey.
I tried to spend them shits today. No, I still got them.
Hey,
it's not a bankroll. It's not a bankroll. This is all ones. I been trying to spin this shit for 7 months, man.
Hey, buddy,
Nobody.
you just gotta give a stripper some love, man. That's what it's saying. You just gotta go back and support the locals.
But I refuse. I'm not doing no strip clubs in the Bay. LA, I barely like the strip clubs in LA. But now we gotta get Midwest and we gotta cross the Mississippi for the best strip clubs. I'm not getting my ones on this side, man.
Yeah,
What if the strip club stop taking ones though? Then what are we gonna do?
credit.
Cash App.
Cash out?
If she just got the Cash App scan on her leg, you just hit her with the phone real quick. She got the infrared tattoo.
Oh man, you
Just
found a
hover the
better way than
camera.
me.
Just hover the camera right there.
Mm.
That'd be $47.50. Excuse me. Yeah, you know the 50% of the 50 cent and that's really the game. That's really the game because you're not Cash App not making no bread on you can transfer your money through here all day, but if you want it instant, we're gonna tax you this quick 10%. Then you hit if million people pay you $1, what you got?
Yeah, no, at that point though, that means strippers are gonna be dancing when you come to the door.
Never mind. I was about to ask you what they're gonna be doing. I don't want to ask you nothing else. I don't want to ask you another question. I'm afraid.
I'll ask you, L. What do you mean?
I don't want to ask you that. Nah, I'll keep this on PC.
I fully was about to ask him. What do you think they'll be doing? No, don't do it. Don't set yourself.
Okay, I will keep this on PC. Nah, I was just saying that they weren't gonna be dancing whatsoever though. Like it wasn't gonna be that. Nah. Yeah, that's gonna be for private. When you walk in, they might smoke some hookah with you.
Oh man, what's up? How y'all feel? I want to do a special pod this week, but also I'm like, because I feel like people gonna need some relief on Tuesday. No matter which way it goes, it's gonna be a lot of sick individuals either side, and whether we know it just yet, we provide a particular human element to this shit. Little light humor, but also inclusiveness and understanding in a space to come process and figure this shit out for real. And so while it may feel doom and gloom or what have you, we still got each other. There's still a ton of work locally we all can do for those walking around feeling helpless and clueless and not sure what to do. There's a lot of things to do locally, education reform as a whole. So I would just encourage y'all to redirect. You know, whatever you may be feeling. I would encourage you to get informed, to continue to learn, to understand community, to show up at community organized events. Salute to Haven and everything that they are doing. And again, I imagine that there's some people that tune in and there are moments of the show that can feel a little heavier, that we're going heavy on the liberals. It's not that. There's just so much to consider, and especially as black men in America, but how our women and our children are neglected, and then we're just asked to just show up and support and stand in solidarity for a country that has never given a fuck about us and is making it evident every day. That isn't us turning our back. That is us wanting to find another step in really exploring sustainability as a whole, right? So there are variables that can be supplied that put a band-aid on it, but how do we make the change sustainable? How do we make the shift and never have to revisit none of this bullshit ever again? And until we start asking those questions and figuring out those solutions, we're gonna be right here at odds, confused as ever, mad as ever, and just unclear. And I imagine for most of us that's almost worse than knowing sometimes the confusion. So I don't know, fellas. I don't know how y'all gonna be feeling Tuesday night, but even if it's just for 30 minutes, just to tap in with people and check their meters and make sure everybody cool. Or maybe I'll just check in with my dogs, man. I'm more so worried about what direct impact and change we can have. So as long as y'all straight, man, I feel like we got a fighting chance to really make some shit pop.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody's good out there. That y'all have the right mentality, especially right now. I mean, it's crazy as hell outside, and a lot of shit that's going on, a lot of uncertainty. But I think for the most part, uh, there's plenty more to look forward to. And it starts with just unlocking your mind. I think that's first and foremost. Um, the less stress that we can put on that thing, uh, the more we can feed it, the more we can maintain it, and potentially heal. The better we'll do. And I think
Yeah.
that's the first steps before anything else. And like Body said, come together is big. I know community's huge for just the camaraderie and stuff like that is important.
Yes, sir.
The support is important, but I think as individuals, what you're bringing to the table, even if it doesn't seem like it's much, like you ain't gotta bring hella shit. You ain't gotta bring hella to the table. Like as far as money wise, like you just gotta
Right.
bring
Or
yourself,
bring something.
bring some, bring yourself, and then figure out how you can do more. That's about it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, my brothers, I appreciate y'all. Listeners, we appreciate you. It's been another episode of Meet the Brave podcast. We'll see you next week.
Love, love.
Yes.